Tonight, I ask you to cast off the chains of limitation. Not tomorrow, not someday, but now. The only barriers in your life are the ones you continue to accept. If you can see yourself beyond them, if you can feel the reality of your greater self, then those limitations will dissolve like mist in the morning sun. Look around at your life. The circumstances, the people, the experiences, all of it without exception is a mirror reflecting the thoughts, beliefs, and assumptions you have held in the past. Every action you have taken, every decision you have made, even the unconscious patterns that shape your day-to-day existence, stem from the internal world you have cultivated over time. You may believe that the obstacles you face today exist outside of you, that they are imposed upon you by fate or circumstance, but this is an illusion. The truth is, your current limitations exist only because at some level you have accepted them as real. If you were to trace your present conditions back to their root, you would find they originated in your mind long before they took shape in your world. Perhaps you have always believed that success is difficult, that money is scarce, that love is hard to find, or that certain dreams are simply beyond your reach. These beliefs, whether consciously acknowledged or not, have dictated the experiences that unfolded before you. Life does not happen to you, it happens through you. What you persistently imagine, what you assume to be true, inevitably hardens into fact. This is why two people can live in the same world yet experience completely different realities, because each is creating their own from within. Think back to a time when you expected something to go wrong and it did, or a time when you felt certain something wonderful would happen and it unfolded effortlessly. These are not coincidences. They are demonstrations of a law that is always in operation. Your dominant thoughts and feelings shape the events you encounter, whether you are aware of it or not. The world is your mirror, and it is incapable of showing you anything other than what you assume to be true. If you have accepted struggle as normal, you will continue to struggle. If you have accepted limitation as reality, you will remain bound by it. But the moment you shift your assumptions, the moment you claim a new state of being, your world must rearrange itself to reflect it. The great challenge, then, is not to fight against external circumstances, but to master your inner world. Do not waste energy trying to change things on the outside while maintaining the same thoughts and beliefs within. That is like attempting to change your reflection in a mirror without changing your expression. The world cannot help but show you who you believe yourself to be. If you wish to change your reality, you must first change your mind. You must replace every thought of limitation with a thought of expansion, every doubt with certainty, every fear with faith. Nothing in your present life is fixed. What seems immovable today is only the lingering effect of yesterday's assumption. The moment you claim a new belief, a new identity, and hold to it with conviction, your reality will shift to align with it. The world is not separate from you. It is your creation, and it is always responding to the impressions you give it. Choose now to see yourself beyond your current limitations and watch as life transforms in response to your new vision. Everything that exists in your world was first imagined. The buildings you walk past, the technology you use, the books you read, each began as an idea in someone's mind before it took shape in reality. Imagination is not a mere tool for daydreaming or idle fantasy. It is the creative force behind everything you experience. Whether you use it consciously or unconsciously, your imagination is constantly at work, shaping the conditions of your life. What you hold persistently in your mind will, with time and feeling, manifest itself in the world around you. Most people believe their circumstances dictate what they can and cannot do, but this is a falsehood. The only real limits are the ones you accept in your imagination. If you can see yourself beyond your current situation, if you can feel with conviction the reality of your desires fulfilled, then nothing can stop that vision from becoming fact. Your external world is simply a reflection of your internal world, and the images you impress upon your mind must take form in your reality. This is not wishful thinking, it is an unbreakable law of creation. The greatest mistake people make is using their imagination against themselves. They dwell on fears, replay past failures, and envision worst-case scenarios, not realizing that in doing so they are actively shaping a future they do not want. What you entertain in your mind, whether positive or negative, begins the process of becoming real. If you habitually imagine hardship, lack, or limitation, life will reflect these assumptions back to you. But if you dare to imagine success, abundance, and fulfillment, the world must rearrange itself to make those visions tangible. To harness the power of imagination, you must become intentional with your thoughts. Do not wait for evidence before you believe. Create the evidence by assuming the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Close your eyes and construct a scene in your mind that implies your success, your freedom, your happiness. Enter that scene with all your senses, experiencing it as though it were happening now. The more real it feels to you, the more quickly it will take shape in your external world. The key is to persist, to live in the certainty that what you have imagined is already yours. Your imagination is limitless, and so are you. If you would only realize the power you hold within, you would never again accept lack, struggle, or defeat. Every great achievement, every transformation begins with a single thought, a single vision. Use your imagination wisely, for it is the architect of your destiny. Assume the best, believe in your vision, and watch as the unseen forces of creation bring your dreams to life. It is not enough to simply think about change. You must feel it. Thought alone is powerless unless it is charged with emotion. Your feelings are the bridge between imagination and reality, the force that breathes life into your desires. If you can truly feel yourself to be the person you wish to become, the world must conform to that assumption. Every great transformation begins with a shift in feeling, for what you feel deeply and consistently will inevitably take shape in your life. Many people try to change their circumstances by effort alone, struggling against external conditions while remaining unchanged within. This is why their efforts often fail, because they are still emotionally attached to their old state. They may say they want success, but if they continue to feel small, unworthy, or doubtful, life will mirror those feelings instead. It is not enough to speak words of change. You must embody the feeling of the change itself. To transform, you must align your emotions with the reality you desire. If you seek abundance, do not merely think about wealth. Feel the security, the freedom, the ease that comes with it. If you desire love, do not dwell on loneliness. Immerse yourself in the warmth, joy, and connection of already being loved. Your feelings are the creative force that turns ideas into experiences. As long as you remain emotionally attached to your current limitations, you will continue to manifest them. This is why faith is so powerful. Faith is not blind hope. It is the unwavering feeling that your vision is already fulfilled. The moment you accept a new state of being as real, even before it appears in the physical world, you set into motion unseen forces that will make it so. Doubt and fear dissolve not through struggle, but through the deliberate choice to feel as though you have already arrived at your desired state. Master your feelings, and you will master your life. Instead of waiting for circumstances to change before you allow yourself to feel joy, confidence, or success, decide to feel them now. Live in the emotional reality of your desire fulfilled, and watch as the world bends to reflect it. Feeling is the secret. Unlock it, and you will unlock the life you were meant to live. True transformation does not happen gradually. It happens in an instant, the moment you claim a new identity. Change is not about slowly improving your circumstances. It is about stepping into a completely new state of being. If you continue to identify with your past limitations, no amount of effort will free you. But the second you assume the identity of the person you wish to be, life must begin reshaping itself to match that assumption. Most people remain stuck in their current conditions because they wait for external proof before they believe in change. They say, I will feel confident when I am successful, or I will be happy when my life improves, but this is backward thinking. You must first embody the confidence, the success, the happiness within yourself. Only then will the world reflect it back to you. Identity is the foundation of all experience, and whatever you accept as true about yourself will become your reality. Your habits, actions, and even the people you attract are all dictated by the identity you hold. If you see yourself as someone who struggles, you will unconsciously create more struggles. If you believe yourself to be unworthy, opportunities will seem to pass you by. But the moment you decide with conviction, I am successful, I am loved, I am limitless, the world must begin aligning with that new version of you. It is not enough to wish for change. You must become the change. Think of a person who undergoes a powerful transformation. Their shift is never the result of slow, hesitant efforts. It happens the moment they fully embrace a new version of themselves. A once shy person suddenly moves through the world with confidence, not because they practiced confidence for years, but because they finally accepted that confidence as part of their identity. A struggling artist finds success not by chasing it desperately, but by stepping into the role of someone who already is a successful artist. The shift is always internal before it becomes external. If you want change, claim it now. Assume the identity of the person you wish to be and live from that state, not toward it. Walk as they would walk, think as they would think, and feel as they would feel. Do this consistently, and the world will have no choice but to reshape itself to match your new identity. Change is not something that happens to you. It is something you declare. Your entire experience of life is a reflection of who you believe yourself to be. The people you meet, the opportunities that come your way, and even the obstacles you face are all mirroring the identity you hold within. If you see yourself as small, the world will show you limitations. If you see yourself as powerful, life will arrange itself to prove you right. The world is not separate from you. It is your own consciousness projected outward. Most people try to change their external circumstances without first changing themselves. They seek wealth while believing they are struggling. They long for love while feeling unworthy. They chase success while seeing themselves as failures. But the world cannot give you something that contradicts your self-concept. You do not receive what you want. You receive what you are. If you desire a different life, you must first become the person who naturally lives that life. This is why two people can walk into the same situation and have completely different experiences. One person filled with confidence attracts admiration and opportunity. Another, plagued by self-doubt, encounters rejection and hardship. It is not luck, nor is it fate. It is the reflection of their internal state. The world is a mirror, responding not to your wishes but to your assumptions. Whatever you consistently believe about yourself, life will confirm. The good news is that you can change your self-concept at any moment. You are not bound by old beliefs unless you continue to accept them. The instant you shift how you see yourself, the world must follow. If you want to experience more abundance, begin seeing yourself as someone who already has it. If you desire love, embody the feeling of being deeply cherished. If success is your goal, assume the mindset of someone who is already successful. Stop looking to the world for proof of who you are and start declaring it for yourself. Do not wait for external validation to confirm your worth, your power, or your potential. Decide who you are, and the world will adjust to reflect that decision. Your beliefs shape your reality. Choose them wisely. The only difference between those who succeed and those who remain stuck is persistence. The moment you decide on a new reality for yourself, life will begin to shift, but it will not always happen instantly. Many people give up too soon, abandoning their vision because they do not see immediate results. But the truth is, reality must conform to your assumption as long as you do not waver. Your persistence is the force that bends reality to your will. Imagine planting a seed in the ground. You would not dig it up every day to check if it is growing. You would trust that with time and nourishment it will sprout. The same is true for the visions you hold in your mind. The moment you assume a new state of being, the process of its realization begins. But if you constantly doubt, if you allow fear and old beliefs to creep in, you uproot your progress. To see transformation, you must persist in the feeling of your desire fulfilled, no matter what your senses tell you. Obstacles will arise, but they are not signs of failure. They are tests of your commitment. When life presents challenges, most people take it as proof that their new reality is impossible. But in truth, these moments are opportunities to deepen your belief. When you refuse to accept anything less than what you have claimed, the world has no choice but to yield. The circumstances you see today are simply echoes of your past thoughts. If you persist in a new assumption, those echoes will fade, and a new reality will emerge. Persistence is not about forcing things to happen. It is about remaining unshaken in your conviction. You do not chase after change, you embody it. You walk, speak, and act as though your vision is already true, even if the world has not yet caught up. The longer you hold your assumption, the more solid it becomes. What once seemed impossible will begin to unfold naturally, as though it was always meant to be. Do not be discouraged by time, resistance, or temporary setbacks. These are illusions, meant to distract you from your power. Keep your focus on what you know to be true, not on what appears to be. The world must conform to the one who persists. Hold fast to your vision, unwavering and steadfast, and you will watch as reality bends to your will. What you call limitations are nothing more than illusions, temporary conditions that exist only because you have accepted them as real. There is no obstacle too great, no circumstance too fixed that cannot be changed the moment you refuse to believe in its permanence. The only chains that bind you are the ones forged in your mind. The instant you stop accepting limitation as truth, you will find that it was never real to begin with. Think of a time when you believed something was impossible for you. Perhaps a goal seemed too far, a challenge too big, or a dream too unrealistic. Yet, when you finally broke through, you realized the only thing holding you back was your own perception. Life did not place those barriers before you, your own mind did. And just as you created them, you have the power to dissolve them. The key to freedom is in recognizing that every limitation is self-imposed and therefore can be self-removed. Most people live within invisible walls, accepting their struggles as facts rather than questioning them. They say, "I am not good enough, I don't have the resources, or it's too late for me." These are not truths, they are merely beliefs. Beliefs that shape their reality. But the moment you decide that you are good enough, that you do have everything you need, and that time is always on your side, those same walls crumble before you. You step into a new world, one that was always there but hidden behind the illusion of limitation. Every great achievement, every breakthrough comes from someone who dared to reject the illusion of impossibility. History is filled with individuals who were told their dreams were unreachable, yet they succeeded because they refused to believe otherwise. They shattered the illusion of limitation by assuming the truth of their vision, even when no one else could see it. You have that same power within you. There is no limit to what you can be, do, or have. Accept the limits you choose to accept. Right now, in this very moment, you can free yourself from any constraint simply by deciding that it no longer applies to you. The world will always mirror your assumptions, so assume limitlessness, assume greatness, assume the impossible is already yours, and as you do, you will watch every illusion of limitation shatter before your eyes. There is no future moment when you will become the person you wish to be. Transformation does not happen one day or when things change. It happens now, in this very moment, the instant you decide to embody your highest self. Too many people delay their greatness, waiting for the right circumstances, more knowledge, or external validation before stepping into their power. But the truth is, the only way to create the future you desire is to live it today. If you want to be successful, you must walk, talk, and think like a successful person now. If you desire love, you must embody the feeling of being deeply cherished now. If you long for freedom, you must move through life with the confidence of someone who is already free. The external world does not shape your identity. It is your identity that shapes the world around you. Every habit, every action, every thought should align with the person you already are in imagination. Many people separate themselves from their dreams saying, "I will be happy when I achieve this," or "I will feel worthy when I have that." But this mindset keeps their desires forever out of reach. You cannot wait for external proof before you believe in your new identity. You must claim it first. When you live in the assumption that you already are the person you desire to be, the world has no choice but to conform to that reality. Do not make the mistake of acting as the person you used to be while hoping for a different future. Every decision you make today should come from your new identity, not your old self. Ask yourself, how would the version of me who has already succeeded think? How would they feel? How would they respond to life? Then act accordingly. The moment you fully commit to this new state of being, everything around you begins to shift in your favor. Your future is not waiting for you, it is being created by you in this very moment. Do not wait for life to change before you change. Step into your new identity now. Live today as the person you desire to be, and soon the world will reflect back to you a life that matches your assumption. The only time is now. Seize it. The power to break free from limitation, to reshape your destiny, and to step into the life you desire has always been within you. You are not bound by your past, nor are you a victim of circumstances. The only thing determining your future is the identity you choose to claim today. Dare to see yourself beyond your current conditions. Dare to imagine a life where you are limitless. Feel it, believe it, and persist in it, no matter what the world shows you. Reality is not fixed, it is fluid, bending to the assumptions you hold with conviction. You are not here to struggle or settle, you are here to create, to expand, and to experience the fullness of life. So step forward with confidence. Live today as the person you desire to be. Assume the best, persist in your vision, and watch as the world rises to meet you. The moment you decide who you are, life has no choice but to reflect it. Your transformation begins now. Claim it.